Hey friends, welcome back to the channel. I'm Dale. Welcome to the table where we do tarot. I am not feeling the greatest, but I'm not feeling all that bad because my little babies were sick and then I was taking care of them. And I was like, oh, this is amazing. I'm not getting like any of this. I'm so powerful and I'm so like holy and spiritual to where it doesn't affect me because my lover and I were having this conversation about how it's definitely not germs that make people sick. It's definitely not germs that make people sick. Okay. If you want to be smart, consider the fact that it's definitely not germs that make people sick. Though, like, yeah, germs are not good. And when it comes to like surgery and stuff like that, um, but when it comes to like a sickness, there's something way different going on than just germs because germs are never not around, right? It's like when they have to try to create a sterile environment, all the work that they have to do that, and yet we think like with our little hand sanitizers, it's gonna like do something. It's not about that. What it is like I think in general, when we're high vibing, we are almost like this like cheesecloth where all things can kind of move through, right? It's like our spirit is light, we're not getting stuck on anything. But when you're in like think about the people who are like sick all the time or depressed all the time. And I'm not saying like necessarily depression, but like always negative. Aren't those people always like sick and have something going on with them? It's because have like denser energy. So it takes longer for things to move through their energetic body. It's like we have a physical body and that takes a certain amount of time for things. Then we have an energetic body and that takes a certain amount of time for things and things will get stuck up in there. Okay. So if you don't believe me, that's cool, but it's like benefits you to at least look into it. And I read a book called it's something like Energy Healing by Cindy Dale, and she made it in response to like COVID. Okay. So it was very updated information. She's got so much good, intelligent info on what COVID was. And so if you never really understood it, go and listen to the book that that I read. Okay, let's see what we got here. Oh, this is a nice one. The Lord your God be with you wherever you go. Joshua 1:9. And we got a little bicycle. Okay. And that's a nice reminder of like, we don't always have to be going a million miles an hour. And like, God is with us everywhere, but do we always have to like make him do extra work to keep us safe and stuff? What else? He has made everything beautiful in its time. Ecclesiastes 3:11. What do we got on the back? Be still and know. Psalm 46:10. I think that's a very popular one. The be still and know. So those are some positive things to start out our day. Um, man, I can't stand like the concept of sickness, but I like dropped my energy down over the past couple of days because I was just in a funky little mood. And guess what? Then it's like this thing that was just a little bit of a stuffy nose and easily manageable and it was like going away. Then it became just more intense of other things that the kids were like a little cough or I feel like I wouldn't call it a fever or whatever, but I did the things that would be best for me. So if you want to know kind of what you should be doing in your life on the daily, I would say start off your red light therapy is really proven to be important, okay? But because it's just lights and stuff like that, we're not really taking it seriously, though plenty of people are talking about it. And something it's humans are so weird with like how slow our progress is. Like when some people just really treat their life like crap, but there's periods of time when they've been like better. So they think that they're still like at the pinnacle of where they are. I do this myself. I'm like, well, I used to do yoga every day. I'm like that type of person. It's like, yeah, but how long has it been since I've done it on a regular basis? I'm not that type of person anymore. And I have to inspect and look like, did I do that thing today? Have I done it within the past couple of days? Then perhaps it's time for me to actually walk what I'm talking. Okay. Walk it like I talk it. So the point of bringing up red light therapy is because it's kind of like a cure-all because it's really what's going on that we have eliminated from the sun, like from the natural health of being out in the sun and being indoors and switching over to LED lights and things like that. It's like where we only have blue lights and all these people have blue blocker. Wasn't that like the old 90s thing, the blue blockers? Were those actually blocking blue light? I don't know. But anyway, the point is that listen, if enough people are saying it, then go ahead and like invest in it and try something better for yourself. Okay. It's like definitely for sure we're all under LED lights. Okay. So if that, and in front of this computer screen right now, if you're watching it, you're in front of a blue light device. All right. So the point is that a really gentle way to wake up And a first step in a morning routine is to start with a red light therapy thing. Now I have like a mask one, and I just got it maybe like 2 months ago or something like that, but I haven't used it on the regular until just kind of like within the past week. I'm like, you know what? If I want to do this, I have to figure out how to weave it into my schedule. So considering the fact that we're all out of balance because we're not living with natural sunlight, the first thing that I do is I use my red light therapy device for 20 minutes before I get up. Okay. So it's like I used to be waking up at 5 and I would get up at 5 and then it was like too early for the kids and stuff. So I started 5:30, but I was like, oh wait, if I just get up at 5 and I do my red light therapy first, then really I'm still in the same space, but I'm preparing myself better for the next step. That's the thing. It's not just like this what do you call it? It's not like this vain thing. It's like number one, you're supposed to look at the sun. Well, when you don't have a life where that comes naturally, it's like that's where I'm starting out my day. And then I go and take the dog for a walk, while the kids get ready for school. I would highly recommend that you just do those two things, right? Like, I don't care if you don't have a dog. It's like you can just kind of roll out of bed and do a few stretches that might lead to a push up or two. You don't have to do a bunch of stuff. You just have to kind of like move your body in a natural way. All right. It's also like a functional meditative practice to start out your day so you're not having to jump right into thoughts of, you might think your negative thoughts anyway, and that's okay because how can you escape them? You really can't. But moving your physical body and like walking and focusing on your breath. I know they always say that, like focus on your breath. It's like so boring. And it's not like you get this huge enlightenment from it. You don't. It's just that you start your focus on your breathing, which is always there with you. So you can always do it. And breathing will calm you down or hype you up, depending on what you're doing with it. And then um you're out of your thoughts, right? At least you're out of your thoughts. You're like focusing on your breathing. Your thoughts might still be going on like as a murmur in the background, but they'll start to get louder and then you'll start to remember like, "Oh yeah, I should focus on how many steps I'm taking or the way that my foot feels, my right foot feels when I take a step as opposed to my left foot." You can work on these things to get out of a negative mindset and to stay healthy when it comes to like what I was saying about like how germs don't really. Okay. So anyway, we've got alignment and common ground is what we're first splitting it to. Yeah, I think that there is some acceptance of the way that things are going right now just because of when I think of alignment, I'm thinking like the alignment of the stars and stuff. And oh my gosh, it was so pretty when I walked outside to bring out the garbage last night. It looked like there was like a necklace in the sky with the moon as a center pendant. It was like the moon and these stars, they just seem to be kind of in a straight line. I don't understand how the stars can look different to me when for eons they've like been the same and recorded the same, but man, they show up, it seems like in different patterns. But the alignment of the stars right now, it's like we're put into like a Mercury retrograde cycle coming out of a um what do you call this thing? Eclipse portal period. And so it's like that means that there's a very powerful opportunity going on and it might require you to do some communicating, but it might start out with like when you learn a lesson, it's usually a negative way that you learn that lesson. Perfection. It's like that there's no the concept of perfection is what starts fights between people. Quicksand. Let's see what else we got. Oh, yes, and this is The Liminal Forest by MJ Cullinane. I freaking love this deck. Eclipse. Yay. So it's here with us. It's here with us. Transformation. And that's interesting because it's like this eclipse. I don't know if it's considered a white crow, but I do think it is. I do think it's meant to be because this deck is like meant to be crows. But this transformation is happening because of the eclipse portal. Let's see what else we got. Why are these all stacked up like this? Okay. Competition, community, and change and procrastination. Oh my God, I hate procrastination. I fucking hate it. I hate procrastination. I hate it in myself. I hate it in others. And yet, it like feels so good for whatever reason to procrastinate things. It's like this is going to be your major change through this eclipse portal, okay? Because we've got quicksand, all right, eclipse, transformation, And it's like, because you're stuck in quicksand, because you think that you're perfect. You think that you're perfect because you're judging from this other place. This like bargaining is under perfection. It's because you're like, well, I know I haven't really done all the things that I used to do to like keep me healthy and make me feel my best. But it's like, but I'm still a good person. Like, can't that make me escape the storm? That we got storm under here. And then there's battle under storm. Okay. It's like, uh, no, if you want to bargain, it's just going to create a battle. If you're not really doing the thing, but you still think that you're perfect, it's not going it's not going to get you the transformation that you want. You can't transform if you think you're perfect. You can, but you're going to transform into something less than perfect. But the procrastination and the change is what gets you out of the quicksand and into your transformation through this eclipse portal. It's like this portal of moving through. Okay. It's almost like this black crow turned to white, but you don't see any evidence of that. But you can see the evidence of transformation on this card. And that's what it looks like in the earth plane, as opposed to like, this is what's going on in the spiritual and mind space. And you better believe that you can shift your energy with every single thought that you have. So you want to listen to tarot readers and things like that, and they're like, "You're a chosen one. You know, you've really worked hard to get to this." Yeah, you might have worked hard to get to that point in a moment, and then you might do something to sabotage it, or it might not be for 5 years from now. The point of listening to a tarot reader or something like that is to have a positive influence because you need to keep hearing positivity. But if you take it from this place of like, I'm already perfect and everything is about me and they're talking about me and all this good stuff coming in, it's like, nah, you've been in this procrastination phase. This like sitting up on your freaking thing with your strawberry here. It's like, well, I'm just going to procrastinate on matter of fact, what I think it is more about is like that this mouse procrastinated on getting that berry. Like the crow was like, hey, there's a strawberry up there if you want it. And he was like, oh, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And like a little bit, but I just want to like finish up the show that I'm watching. And he's like, all right, I'm ready now. And the crow's like, yo, I'm about to watch you get eaten. Good luck. It's like, I don't think the crow would stand up for that mouse. He tried to. He tried to. That's the thing. It's like, there's a lot of people who will give us love and attention, or they're trying to help us because they see a blind spot. They're trying to recommend us, like, hey, maybe you want to try a different approach, right? Because it seems kind of like you're stuck in quicksand, right? And it's like, and you keep talking about how you want to change. It's like, well, the easiest way to change is to just move forward on things when somebody gives you a tip or like red light therapy, move forward on that so you don't get any unhealthier or don't have a solution to like an too much blue light. Anyway, the point is that now sometimes the people who helped you, who tried to help you, to warn you, they have to watch you die. They have to watch you get yours, right? Because this owl, what do you think he's going to do with that mouse that's climbing up there? He's probably going to eat it. And the crow was like, bro, there's like nothing I can do. I can't fight that owl. He was like, you waited too long. I told you during the day that you could go up there and get it. The owl didn't come out until night. You friggin' waited all day. And it's the thing. It's like competition and community will sometimes bring about your opportunity for change. And this is what we have to realize. It's like we can be all light and think that we're like these great beings and all this stuff. And like, well, love and light, it's like 95% of what we are and like throughout the day is resisting to everything that we know is good for us. It's like everybody knows that this style of life, like especially business owners, especially what you call it, spiritual people, they all know the own like destruction that is going on for on the day to day. Okay, we have the Queen of Swords coming out, and this is the thing, there's a shift in energy that needs to happen here, which comes to like cutting words. And here's where it's at. It's like sometimes people will only shift if they're stuck in an uncomfortable spot. Okay, so that's what I was talking about. I was like in an uncomfortable spot the past couple of days, and then it gave me like this cold that my kids had been getting. And I thought like, oh, it'll only be a stuffy nose and it'll go away. Well, it's increased a little bit, like as far as the range of symptoms. And yet I'm still not feeling that bad. So the point is because I was like feeling down in my emotions, which I had recorded in my readings. That's the thing, is that's why I try to do it, is I try to speak truth and honesty. Okay. Because I want you to know what when I watch tarot readers, I'm like, are you talking about yourself? Are you including yourself? Like, what do you go through? And it's like, we all know that we're human. We all go through stuff. And that's what I'm trying to show you here is that, like, tarot isn't really necessary. Knowing that we're in a Mercury retrograde isn't really necessary, but it gives you sort of like a leg up on the competition, right? It was a competition card. It lets you know ahead of time. So you're not, if you still choose to procrastinate, that is on you. But at least somebody needs to be telling you the truth and it should come from within. That's the thing is like, we need the strong feminine energy, whether it be dark or light. And I'm talking about dark is not a bad thing. It's like there's dark feminine energy, there's light feminine energy, right? We need her to speak the truth. And I'm trying to speak the truth based on my own truth of saying, like, yo, I very really saw it that as my energy dropped, because I started feeling hopeless, that all of my family was not feeling well, and that dropped my energy further. And then like these germs that were previously not bothering me, it's not germs, all right? But it's just like this slowing of my energetic system to where it was kind of matching up. My like energy body was like matching up with my physical body, slowing things down and getting stuff stuck in there. So what do I have to do? I have to like fix all that shit because I'm responsible for me. Okay. I am responsible for me just as you are. And it's not like, it's not fair to fucking blame others for things that you know that you are not doing. And if somebody wants to remind you of things that you said and like you're totally not showing up for that thing, guess what? It's going to create competition. It's going to create conflict amidst the community. Okay. It's like there's got to be some humility. I'm moving things around here and I'm seeing temperance here and I'm seeing the nine of swords. And that's a really good point is that, oh, we got the nine of cups. Okay. So going from the nine of swords to the nine of cups takes fucking time. It takes a swishing of the truth of emotions of what's going on. It's like, that's not procrastination. It requires all this stuff. And you have to create movement of your mind. You have to change your thoughts. You cannot get what you want from the same place at which you're at right now. So we've got the 10 of wands. You're like, why is everything always so hard for me? We got the Knight of Cups. It's like, I'm just always a lover. And I want the Magician. Like, when am I going to create all this stuff that I deserve? Justice. Like, I've always been fair. King of Wands. I'm so creative. And then Page of Pentacles. It's like, okay, and all the truth is here. You're like, I've been saving money since I was a kid. Like, what's wrong? You're telling yourself a fucking lie, right? You're not really doing this. You're not really carrying all these burdens. You're carrying them in your mind and you're not moving forward when it comes to your emotions. And that's the biggest problem is that it's like, your emotional growth is based on this concept of temperance. And we've got the 10 of cups under that and the page of cups under that. So this is all about, and the 6 of cups. There's a lot of emotional stuff going on right now. And then we've got the 2 of wands under that. And that's about choosing which world you want to be a part of. And then we got the king of swords under that. And that's about being tough on yourself. Being fucking tough on yourself to make it through that transformation. Okay. If somebody helps a bird out of its egg, doesn't it die? If somebody helps a butterfly out of its cocoon, doesn't it die? We've got the chariot, which is the moving forward, even when you don't feel comfortable to do so. That's what transformation is. You think transformation is comfortable? It is fucking not. It's leaving behind all you ever knew, this 8 of cups. And that's the only thing that makes you strong. You're not going to think, nobody's going to think that you're strong in the process of you leaving everything behind. They're just going to think like, oh, that's what she always does. Like, that's just Dale, right? I'm just talking about me. And it's like, they're not going to know what the inner battle has been and what the shift has been. So you don't keep checking in with people when you are on your process. All right. You check in with yourself. And you see, do I feel like I'm carrying a heavy burden? Then you need to actually like look in and say, am I still moving forward with my emotions? Or have I stopped that and I'm waiting for somebody else to come to me? It's like, oh, that might be what I'm doing. And I have to start creating from the standpoint of the magician because justice really truly is in my favor because I'm not going out and doing like terrible things to people, but also I have to let people see me in this king status of where I'm creating, where I'm sitting comfortably on a throne, not being like, I know I should be in that throne, but they always want to go to somebody else instead of me. It's like you have to be sitting there properly in the right place. Are these salamanders on the back here? This salamander is like eating his tail, it looks like. And then we've got what looks like a lion over top of that and a lion below the salamander. And that's weird. I've never really noticed that before, the salamander eating his tail, but he can grow it back. So he got these salamanders on his cape too. But it's about being adaptive. I don't know. Oh, there, how have I never seen this stuff before? I don't know what that is on his necklace. I wish I could get it in a good light. Maybe like a lion head or something, something like that for strength. But anyway, it's like once you start doing those things, you're going to see money in a different way because we have this real jaded perspective of how, like, we deserve more money for whatever. It's like nobody deserves more money than anybody else. I don't care who you are. We all deserve to have a livable amount. And really, the truth is, we don't need money. If we could just switch over to a society that we don't need money, then we would be in that like 9 of cups instead of this 9 of freaking swords because of like, well, I just gotta keep working. And the lovers is under that. But um, what's going on? 6 of Pentacles. Maybe there's gonna be some equal give and take for the lovers. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I think it's more that they feel like they're in this position where they should be able to move forward, and yet they're still like having to beg for scraps despite all the work they've been doing. It's because they're letting their um thoughts lead them instead of their like emotions, and letting emotions dictate what the thoughts should take them towards, what the thoughts should, it's like if you're going to move forward, you got to move forward with a plan. First of all, you might start out like with no plan, just like, I got to get out of there. Okay, I have to change things up because this isn't working. All right. Or you create this big plan and then things start to shift along the way and you give up because you're like, nothing's working out for the plan. Well, there's no such thing as perfection. And there's no such thing as bargaining your way out of things. It's like you can't bargain your way out of a storm, right? You want to try to battle your way out? That won't work really well. Okay. So in order to not be a procrastinator, I'm going to end this video because I got things to do. I got to go and well, it's not even really procrastination. It's just being irresponsible with my time if I don't move forward and do other things. Okay. So I really want you to think about it. Are you being responsible with your time? If you don't know what backwards planning is, it's a very important aspect. So it's like in the military, we would talk about all the time backwards planning to make sure that you're 10 minutes ahead of time for whatever your designated time is, okay? It's not so hard to do. 10 minutes early does not like change anything great in your outer environment. You're this great painting that you have in your mind isn't going to be soured by the fact that you're 10 minutes early because you're probably not making the painting anyway, or whatever it is that you're like, no, I don't want to show up to work early because I'm like, that takes away from time that I could be. It's usually just like doing nothing important at home instead of like doing something effective at home. So I really think that you think that you're like this prize that we all do. Okay, it's like I am this prize because you're only looking from the lit up parts of you of like knowing yourself your whole entire life, and you're only looking at like your highlight reel, right? Instead of like looking at your real day. Okay, and so if you're strong enough to listen to something that somebody else has to say about you, and you don't just turn around and like then get at that person in this like defensive offensive battle, right? Like we saw, then you just might be able to move forward, okay? And get yourself, oh, we got the 10 of swords underneath that and the 2 of swords, right? So, okay. All right. So you might be able to move forward to the ending of that cycle that you're trying to get out of, or you might move forward into indecision. But either way, it's like the Ace of Pentacles is underneath it, and it's like it's all under there. It's all under there. The Ace of Pentacles is always under there, but it's below all of these thoughts and words and things that will waste all of your time. All right, I love you. I'm out. Bye.